Hi everyone, hope everyone's having a great day. Well, today we're going to be making Old Bay chicken and spice rice. Okay, and it will have some veggies, so it's going to be a balance of meat, starch, vegetables. So it should be delicious. Let's begin. We're going to start off first by getting some rice and rinsing it, and this is my rice rinser that I got from online, Amazon. Okay, and since I'm cooking for my whole family and we are a family of 5, I'm gonna need about 3 cups. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then cover that up. And now we're gonna go over to the sink and rinse the rice. The reason why we're rinsing the rice with cold water is to get rid of the starch. See all that starch falling? The white water? That's all the starch that will make it sticky. We want it to be not sticky. And I like to use the rice rinser because it's convenient. And a nice little device to have, when you, especially when you make a lot of rice. Okay, after you rinse it, and see, there you go. Rinse out all the starch. And then you set it down. You take your rice cooker here, and you just put it right in here, like so. Now comes the ingredients. Number 1, what we do is that we add chicken bouillon cubes. Okay, I like to add 2 bouillon cubes, and these are pretty big size bouillon cubes. So depending on what bouillon cubes you have, you do have to add enough to flavor the rice. Depending on your flavor preference, you can add more or less. Okay, so I'm going to take these bouillon cubes, unwrap them, like this, and I'm going to scrunch them up into little bits so that they dissolve more easily. Try not to leave any big clumps. See? Just scrunch them all up. Second bouillon cubes. Because as I said, I'm feeding a family of 5. And then I scrunch them up like this, mush them up to little tiny bits as much as possible. And then, let me just clean up a little bit. And then I'm going to add my spices. And I have my, first thing I like to add is the curry. 2, 3. About 3 dashes of curry. And cumin, which gives you a little nutty flavor to it. 1, 2, uh-oh, I'm running out. But about 2 dashes. And I like to add garlic powder. So much. If you have fresh garlic, I recommend using fresh garlic. Just chop them up fine, put them in, and then mix it. Okay? And the other thing I like to add is turmeric. Ground turmeric is also very healthy. It's a good spice to have. It will color up your rice nicely. Okay, now the last item actually is not the last item. Forgot. Minced onion, dried minced onion. I like to put it like a capful in. Okay. Now, my wife likes spicy, so I'm gonna put in some chili peppers. Here's dry chili. That's a nice chili. Put it back. It's good to have ample supplies of everything. And what I'm going to do with this chili pepper is that I'm going to chop it up. First, lengthwise. Be very careful. You want everything in your spice rice. Be careful when you're chopping, especially when you have a nice sharp knife. And then put everything in. And then the last thing you put is the olive oil. Some people like extra virgin olive oil, like me. I like mine strong. Some people like mild olive oil, so it's depending on your taste. But use olive oil and about 2-3 tablespoons. Then you take a little spatula, you mix everything up. Okay, make sure you get the goodness in every single grain of rice. Okay, clean as you go. And after you mix everything for about like maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute, and you coat every single grain, you go to the sink and you add, I like filtered water. Okay, and then just add it until it's a fingernail above the top, like so. Now, make sure every single grain of rice is in there. See? And you kind of like eyeball the levels, but you also may want to check. Just mix it in a little bit more. Make sure those chicken bouillon cubes are well dissolved in. Otherwise, you're going to have parts where it might be too salty. Now, after everything is done, you want your water level to be like a fingernail above. Okay? And perfect. It's above. So all I need to do is just put it in my rice cooker, like so. Turn on the power and cook, and it will cook within about 10 minutes. Now it's time for me to prepare the vegetables that will go with the spiced rice. You can use frozen vegetables, okay, or let me see, what do I have here? Or, here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use mixed vegetables, okay? And I'm going to use the same rice cooker, the rice rinser. And all you have to do is just pour like half a bag in. This is approximately 12 ounces. So I need like 6 ounces of this vegetable in 3 cups of rice. Okay, that's about half. And you add more vegetables depending on your taste. It's always good to have vegetables. Okay, now I like to rinse the frozen vegetables for a reason. Because sometimes you get that frozen taste to it, so I like to give it a quick rinse, like the rice. So this rinser not only serves as a rice rinser, it also serves as a vegetable rinser. You can also use a colander, but a colander won't work as well on rice though. Okay, and then a little bit of filtered water. to give it the final rinse. Okay. And then we let it sit and drain on the sink. Okay, now, when the rice is cooked in about 10 minutes, we're going to add that into the cooked rice, and it's going to cook not that well done, because if it's well done it becomes mushy. So when we cook the rice after it's cooked and we put the frozen veggies in, it will cook nicely. So we're going to wait for the rice cooker to do its magic. Now for the Old Bay chicken. On my back, it is the chicken quarter legs. Now, I like to rinse my meats before I cook them. So I'm going to take my colander, and because of salmonella, I like to keep the food separate, so I'm going to leave it here since it's fully rinsed. And I'm going to put on my apron for added protection. Okay, I don't like chicken getting on my clothes. Anyway, so here we go. I have approximately close to 5 pounds of chicken, quarter legs. I will rinse. And by the way, quarter legs is one of the least expensive meats of chicken that you can get. If you were to get the thigh separately or the drumstick separately, it's a little bit more. But if you get leg quarters, they're generally less expensive. And you can cut them yourself. It's very easy. So I just like to rinse all the chicken legs and also peel off some of the fats. Like this, the chicken fat. Okay, that's good. Oh, this one don't have many chicken fat, which is good. Okay, now I'm gonna let that rinse a little. Actually, let it drain a little. Okay, I'm gonna take my cutting board, put it over here, and this is my meat side because you see the groove in the cutting board. That's to allow the juices to flow in it, so it won't escape you and dirty your table. All right, so I have it here, and now I'm going to take another knife. Be very careful. I'm going to cut the leg quarters into drumsticks and thighs by cutting it like so. You just have to find a joint. Oh, if I had a meat cleaver, it would be easier, but unfortunately, I don't have one here. But a chef knife will do. This one cut easily. 2 more. See? Separated. Boom. Next one. Okay. That's the benefit of a sharp knife. Now I'm going to rinse my hands to prevent the spread of salmonella. With soap. Rinse it nice and thoroughly, because I'm going to be spicing up the chicken. Now, the spice I'll be using is Old Bay, as I mentioned from the beginning. And, okay, here it is. Here's the Old Bay spice, which is one of my favorite spice. And I'm going to be adding it to the chicken, to the outside of the skin, like so, and also inside of the skin, so that the meat will be flavored throughout. Okay, that's one. out and open up the skin, exposing the meat, and just rub it all over the chicken thigh. Okay, you're going to do the same for the legs. You're going to open up the skin, exposing the inside pink meat on all sides as much as possible, and one more thigh. Open up the skin on the outside of the skin and on the other side so that your chicken will become flavorful. Now for the legs. The outside first, and then I'm going to peel the skin back and do the inside skin and recover it with the skin. That's my first drumstick. This is my second one. Now I'm going to open it, peel back the skin, and flavor it with the Old Bay, and then move it back. And you do that with the rest of the chicken, the rest of the drumsticks. You peel back the chicken skin. Okay. And these will be your drumsticks. Peel back the skin again. And then reapply the skin. Just give it a general sprinkle and just close off your spice. Okay, now we're going to put it on our pan, which is right over here. Notice that I don't touch the chicken with my right hand. I touch it only with my left hand because this one, this one don't have salmonella. Anyway, what I like to do is that I like to open up some spray canola oil and spray your pan so that the chicken don't stick. And that's why I keep my right hand clean. And now I put my chicken in. I can put it like this. Okay. Thing of beauty, right? Anyway, now I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Start. And I'm going to let it preheat. The reason why I didn't do it earlier is because I like the Old Bay to like seep into all the meat, deep inside the meat, so it'll be more flavorful. So that's why I'm leaving it out to marinate for a few minutes. Chicken marinate very quickly, so you just leave it here like this, okay, until the stove beeps. Then it's going to be a few minutes because usually it takes about like 3 to 4 minutes for the oven to get up to 400 degrees, and by that time the flavor will seep into every crevice of the meat. See you in 3 minutes. Welcome back. Okay, that was a quick 10 minutes. Anyway, the chicken had some time to marinate. So now I'm going to pop it into the hot oven. Never cook your chicken when the oven is cold. Always pop it into a hot oven. That way it seals in the juices, okay? And you are assured a juicy piece of chicken. So I'm going to open it up, slide it into the center shelf, close it, put on my timer for 45 minutes. Automatic ovens. Now that the chicken is all popped in and ready and cooking, I will start my spiced rice. Okay. And the rice, after 10 minutes, it's done. Now I'm going to put in the vegetables. Look how colorful it is. See that? I'm going to use a wooden spatula. See, as you see, the rice already popped up. Oh, look at that steam. Now, I'm just going to fluff it up a little bit. And I'm going to dump the entire 6 ounce or so of vegetables in here. And I'm just going to mix it in. So it will be a nice blend of rice and vegetables with all those healthy spices of curry, cumin, garlic, peppers. Wow, this is a great mix. Okay, and after you thoroughly mix it all, you close it up until the chicken cooks. And by the time the chicken finishes cooking, the rice and vegetables will be done. And we're gonna wait for 45 minutes till the chicken is done and we can start to serve. And my favorite part, eat. See you in a while. That was a quick 40 minutes. Now we're gonna take the chicken out of the oven. Actually 45 minutes. Ooh, wow, looks good. Look at the chicken. See that? Now with all cooked meats, we're going to let it rest for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're gonna serve the Old Bay chicken with the spiced rice. See you then. It's time for my favorite event, which is eating. This is the Old Bay chicken. Ooh, look at that. Juicy. Oh, look at that juice squeezing out. Ooh. Tasty. And the spiced rice, not too salty, nicely seasoned. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, see ya.